Don't let me go, let me fall. Wish that you would take it all away. Believe in you, I always do. Your beating heart has got me spinning. Your love isn't wicked. Oh, I see it in your eyes. You've been waiting for some time. I'm here, yeah, believe it. Oh, tender heart won't be bought, no.
Sweet.
Just know that I need you.
Bands are coming out fast. Holy crap.
Yeah, they're already on to the third band. Hey guys, it's me, America, and I'm here with Bruce Juice, and we have a matchup between the JC Jets and the Red Hawks Esports, I believe. And as you can see, we already got three bands going on. We got the Set, Thresh, and Diana on the side of the Red Hawks, and the Jets are opting to ban Orin, Zach, and Leona. First pick Nautilus, respond with Zyra Khan. Pretty standard so far. Going for the Syndra pick as well. As long as they take AD, I think that'd probably be what's expected. So a pretty quick pick ban so far.
These teams are really prepared for this match right now. It's just with how fast they're moving, it's crazy.
Yeah. So this might be an interesting Shen lock-in. They might not value taking the ADC right now, which would allow the Jets to clamp down on ADCs after they pick.
I like the Shen pick into a Zyra Khan. It gives LMC more time to kind of react to like a Zyra Khan engage. It gives them more safety along with Nautilus disengage and Syndra poke too.
Yeah, and then the Veigar coming out, a bit more utility in the mid lane compared to Syndra, but definitely can pump out that damage. And as we're looking into the phase 2 of bans, we're probably going to look at the Jets banning the ADCs, as you can see the Vayne hover right there, and the lock-in. Meanwhile, LMC probably going to start banning top laners, just kind of, again, the team's kind of looking across the aisle and saying, all right, what have they not picked? And probably just going to clamp down on that.
Cannon ban coming out. And the Warwick.
As I say that, the Warwick, I guess they just didn't want to play against the Warwick as well.
No one likes getting locked down and chain CC'd.
Speaking of lockdown and chain CC, we might see an Ornn ban here.
Ornn was actually already banned on red side.
Okay, well, they're already on top of it. We got the Rumble ban instead.
The Rumble ban is in. It just got nerfed. It's been kind of underperforming lately, so.
Yeah, but Rumble doesn't really have to worry about auto attacking through Shen's dodging zone, so.
Ooh, the Sejuani pickup. That's really nice, especially with the buffs here in this patch.
Yeah, you got the Sejuani and the J4. Definitely kind of more standard jungle picks. Nothing too crazy coming out there. Sejuani with the buffs. J4 kind of always still being a strong all-around lockdown tank or AD to get snowballing. Spicy.
I like the Lucian. Oh, no.
Now the Jhin lock-in would be very interesting. Shen can definitely provide a lot of protection, but I don't know if he can really protect through the CC of Veigar and J4 if they're on top of things.
I feel like Lucian would have been a better pickup into this team just for the escape through a Jarvan ultimate, a little bit more mobility, and to play safer.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Jhin and Nautilus.
JC saving their top lane pick for last.
Cho'Gath, wow.
So definitely interesting picks coming out from both sides with the Jhin, mostly from the side of the Red Hawks, and JC pulling out the Cho'Gath top.
I actually really like JC's comp. They can take objectives with great zone control with the Veigar, especially if he goes Glacial Augment into Hextech GLP or Twin Shadows. And they can kind of play really well.
Yeah, and kind of look at LMC's comp, Red Hawks comp, and you kind of realize that really kind of a lack of dashes. So if Veigar throws down his wall and anyone's trapped inside it, you're pretty much facing Rakan engage. Xayah Feathers if she can get it out fast enough, the Jarvan wall, or even like the Cho'Gath can just start throwing out his Qs and Ws, whoever's in the Veigar cage. So if any members of the Red Hawks don't have flash, they definitely need to be careful. But that also somewhat holds true for JC. Their main carries definitely being the Zai and the Vigar, Vigar,
Vigar, Viger.
whatever it's called, the little purple midget that does like 10k damage with 1Q. Either way, really only looking at the Zaya ult for mobility, if you can really call it mobility.
It'll be interesting. I'm kind of curious how bot lane is gonna kind of pan out with the Nautilus Jhin, just because in a Nautilus protecting kind of a back and can just kind of sit out and poke. It really exposes Rakan if he wants to all in and kind of leave Zaya a little bit by herself.
Yeah, but Rakan does have the increased E range with the pair up with Zaya is always something to keep in mind. But honestly, as much as I kind of ragged on the Jhin pick, Nautilus Jhin can definitely have a lot more of pressure, especially like level 1 and 2. I would say I wouldn't really say Zyra Khan really run away with the lane until about level 6.
Agreed. I've played a lot of Zyra Khan lanes, and it's just like you can get out farmed pretty early. And then once you hit 6, though, you kind of just win trades.
Yeah.
The knock up, the charm, the Zaya stun. So I'm really interested to see how this lane plays out.
Yeah. It'll definitely be on the Red Hawks to try to get that bot lane snowballing early on.
I'm also curious to see how this mid lane will play out. Syndra Vigar seems a lot just like a farm lane, especially. So I really want to see what's going to happen with the jungler's influence with the Sejuani and the Jarvan, because if Syndra gets caught in any kind of Jarvan combo and Vigar follows up right away, she's just dead.
Yeah, but to follow that up, Syndra and Sejuani definitely a threat for the Vigar. Pretty much if any sort of CC lands and the other one's guaranteed, and then you just pretty much have a dead midget in your mid lane. I don't think anyone really wants.
It'll be interesting to see if LMC decides to side lane with TP and ult and play as 4-man if they get strong enough. I think just with the pressure of Shen perma pushing a lane allows them to move around the map a lot more efficiently than JC does.
Yeah. Of course, you got a drafting going on as the teams have already completed this, and it seems like the Red Hawks kind of just want to pick an order, while the Jets are like, we don't really have time to trade. Let's just go ahead and pick our picks now. Well, then I look at it, might not be an LCS order. I could be the fool here.
It's a rouse.
I've been pranked.
It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank.
Yeah, they're not in order, so I'm an idiot. Or something wrong with not being in order. Just a little shocking to me when you see the Nautilus top and you're thinking they're really gonna pick Nautilus.
It's Nautilus top, Syndra jungle, Shen mid. New meta. Let's do it.
I mean, Syndra does have the DPS, and once she gets the W, she can just fling the camp away to get a couple autos in. It's not the worst thing I've ever heard of. Remember back in season 4, I tried cast it in jungle once. We won, but I was like 0-3, and I died twice to jungle camps.
You were only 0-3?
Yeah, I was only 0. No, I think I might have been like, I think I went 1-3 actually. I don't remember, but it was a normal game, and my lanes won. They pretty much like forfeited at 20. So by the time I could have tried to do anything, the game was already over.
I'd love to see the meta of Nautilus top again. You really miss those days.
Yeah, honestly, just get him out of bot lane. We don't want them.
Unpopular opinion as an AD main, I miss the Juggernaut meta because I just missed rushing Blade of the Ruin King on everything and just playing Vayne 24/7.
Yeah. Fortunately, I'm a dirty Ezreal player, so playing against tanks is not what I would consider fun. Pretty standard summoner setup. Only interesting thing would be the Ignite from Syndra. and the TP from Vigar, and then the exhaust on Recon I think is actually interesting because I do feel like they have kill threat.
I don't know how I necessarily feel about the exhaust. I feel like Ignite is just right now the more powerful summoner spell, and exhaust is really only good into assassin champions. And if you're close enough to exhaust Syndra, she's probably already one shot her target.
Yeah.
So
we're
it'll be
gonna-
interesting to see that.
I believe we're about to go on to break, and once we come back, we'll bring you the Red Hogs versus the Jets.
Turn up in the back.
Actually, real quick, are you play-by-play or color? All right, and we're back onto the rift for the fight between the Redhawks and the Jets.
I'm kind of interested to see what teams are gonna invade with such strong teams.
Yeah, we'll probably see an invade from the Nautilus, definitely. I'm not sure necessarily the Jets want to really contest that invade, so they're probably going to look for the 5-point, and if they see anyone, they're probably just going to back up.
It is the Glacial Augment Vigor.
So we're probably going to see the Super Soaker out of the mid lane.
Okay. All right. What time are we on? 35. Okay, I'm on. Jesus. I think we should be good now.
All right.
All right.
All right, sorry about that. Some technical difficulties, but we're back onto the Rift. Second time, or really for the first time. Same time.
I really like what JC did here. They got that deep ward on the blue buff to look for the sedge start, which I think is really powerful. From there, they can easily track the jungler. They can call out where jungler is going to be, play safe around that jungler.
Yeah, but actually on the other side, the Redhawks also managed to ward up that red side, both the I believe the Raptors and the red buff, so that both sides know where their jungler's starting. And I think also just pretty much how bot lane's going to arrive will also kind of give that away as well. But junglers both starting at the bot side, so we might see some action top side for ganks eventually. Sorry, eventually at 3 minutes. Such a long time from now.
It looks like bot lane for Redhawks is going to hit level 2 first. It'll be interesting to see how that's going to play out, if they're going to all in the Zyra Rakan or just play it safe.
Yeah, like I said, Jhin Nautilus definitely does have the advantage. It doesn't really start.
Oh, the Shen taunt comes out. Cho'Gath's half health. Is this going to be first blood? It is not.
Yeah, get the initial trade, but Shen not really known for his damage. So hitting level 2 first and able to get a really good trade off onto the Cho'Gath. The Cho'Gath definitely needs to be careful. I think he already popped his pod as well.
This might be a 2v2 up top. Jarvan's roaming up and Sedge is right behind him.
Yeah, like I said, that 3-minute gank on top side because the jungler started bot side.
Oh, there's the taunt. Great taunt. DQ comes out. Cho'Gath knock up and first blood for the Jarvan. Is this going to be a 1-for-1? And oh, another trade. Nice trade for the junglers.
Yeah, looks like Jarvan went from pretty much did his blue to Krugs to red and then immediately ran top. Sejuani not too far behind him, going from red to Raptors to Wolves. Both kind of arrived at the same time, but unfortunately since Jarvan arrived first, he actually ended up tanking more damage. and the Cho'Gath able to hit. Wait a minute, I get my. Sorry, excuse me. The Sejuani came in from behind, getting my order mixed up. I apologize. Pretty much just the J4 and the Cho'Gath able to layer their CC onto the Sejuani, who I'm not sure was able to proc Aftershock and is too low and gets popped.
Oh, there's another taunt. Oh, the Cho'Gath's trading. Shen doesn't have flash because he blew it, and down.
Yeah, the Shen too eager, even though the Shen did win that trade early, you do have to keep in mind that just like the Rumble that was banned earlier, Cho'Gath doesn't really rely on his auto attacks that much. You might see some action mid lane.
Cage. Oh, here's that we were talking about. Here's that mid lane gank. EQ with the cage. Will she survive with the stun? Makes it out.
Yeah, I got the EQ, guaranteed the EQ, but since there was no stun, Syndra was able to just keep it cool, not flash, and pretty much just stun the Veigar and walk out.
I feel like with a little more coordination and the right EQ and cage combo, they would have at least had to blow flash on Syndra. So maybe a small misplay. Her having flash is definitely going to impact the lane a lot more.
Yeah, but she is pretty low on mana, and Veigar definitely still has a bit of mana left, so he can definitely shove in and pretty much put the Syndra in an unfortunate situation. So pretty much just even knocking off the health from that Syndra. As you can see that she has no pots, while Veigar's still sitting on a pot and a biscuit. So definitely looking pretty good for Veigar right now, especially since the lack of TP on Syndra. Meanwhile, bot lane, where we thought we'd see the action at the beginning, has actually been pretty quiet right now. Zyrocon pretty much just waiting for that level 6 before they really want to try to compete with the Nautilus CC and the Jhin.
And Jarvan and push up. I feel like they run.
Yeah.
And Jarvan's running back upriver. I wonder if we're going to see a return gank mid or if he's just going to go to Wolves.
He's probably going to go to Wolves. Sejuani was also pretty close. So
oh, the W comes out. Jhin flash and heal.
I got actions on both sides of the rift.
Oh boy.
Alright, Sejuani's walking up here actually. And
oh, the Nautilus hook comes out, the root.
yeah, but J4 still closed. J4 still on the bot side. Both junglers on the bot side. Bot lane, both bot laners need to be careful and keep in mind of the jungler. But a lot of flashiness, but no actual real commitments out of both top and bot.
Oh, taunt comes out. I don't know if Shen wants to take this fight. Cho'Gath is level 6.
Yeah, this is actually looking pretty bad for Shen. Gets the dodge.
Oh, there's the silence, there's the ward. Let's see if we're going to see any of these outclove Reddit plays. Oh, and there's the feast.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good cue from the Cho'Gath predicting Shen to pretty much popping him, and then afterwards it's just really hard for Shen to trade, especially once Cho'Gath gets his ult. So so far, definitely looking on the side of Cho'Gath as he takes a couple turret shots. Got a little scared.
Oh, we see the Sedge, the TP, and the roam from Syndra. This might be it for Cho'Gath. There's the stun, there's the E, and Syndra is gonna pick up the kill with the EM.
We get the shutdown on Syndra. Is definitely, I think, definitely a good call. Shen might have appreciated getting some of that gold back and be able to compete with Cho'Gath, but as it stands, I definitely think it's probably more important to get the gold onto one of your carries that you need to really step up this game. Syndra and the Jhin really looking to carry their team, and on the other side, the Veigar and the Xayah. As we see TP coming in from Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath doesn't have ult, so
this is a nice play by JC though. They saw Sedge top, who could rotate down with bot, so it's just a free dragon. And Shen's gonna get maybe a plate off of this.
yeah, he might get a plate off this. It looks like he actually doesn't have bone plating. And I do actually want to call to attention something that we probably missed a bit earlier, is that Cho'Gath actually has the unsealed spellbook, so he definitely has he can definitely run whatever options he wants. Maybe you just want to get the
Nautilus
TP out.
comes out.
To get a hook bot lane. So Cho'Gath might have wanted to get the TP out just so he can swap it out for something else, or start to reduce that cooldown on that unsealed spellbook for all the charges.
Nautilus
I'm not sure Nautilus
comes
wants
in.
it, though.
Exhaust comes out. Shen ult. This is a Shen ult. There's the Jhin W. Shen taunt onto the Rakan. Oh, Cho'Gath hooked the wall. Xayah all comes out as there's the. Do we see the E? Double kill for Xayah. Was this Jarvan? Oh, and the Jarvan ult.
Yeah, disaster for the Red Hawks. Pretty much as we said earlier, is that once the Xayah Rakan starts to hit that level 5, level 6, it looks really bad.
Oh, Syndra just popped him. Not even the cage could stop the full Syndra combo.
Yeah, he got that solo kill. I think you're kind of disrespected, thinking this team basically just got 3 kills on bot side. So kind of just overconfident stepping up and just kind of got blasted in the face by Syndra ult, excuse me. But yeah, like I said, be able to get a kill back on the side of the Red Hawks, but bot lane's starting to look heavily in favor of the Jets now, and the Jets having a 2K lead right now. Not enough to say that the Red Hawks are out, but definitely they have the tempo going in right now as they start up the Herald.
Now, how do you think the Red Hawks are going to have to claw this way back into the game? Do you think they're going to have to play through mid, or do you have to start?
I think Syndra is no. So that's probably all I would have to say is that the Syndra is probably going to have to look for a ult combo onto the Xayah before she can get the ult off. But again, the Red Hawks do have ways to even bait that out with both the Nautilus ult and the Sejuani ult. So they definitely have ways to lock down this Xayah, who's looking really strong right now. So it's definitely, again, it's not out of their hands just yet, but the tempo is definitely in favor of the JC Jets right now.
Hanging out on the red buff. Just gonna see some farming. Maybe people are kind of bot lane skirmish, but it is important to note that Jarvan and Cho'Gath did take Rift Herald, so the next lane kill, that's easy, either first tower or at least 2 to 3 plates.
Yeah, and Jarvan has the entire jungle up right now, so you can pretty much look to go either top or bot. Definitely the lanes that are in JC Jet's favor. And they can look to the standard play for Herald is usually to knock off the first 3 plates and then use Herald to knock down the last two due to Herald doing true damage. And the more plates that you take off, the more armor it actually gets. So top lane, in that case, top lane's looking like the more viable option for that since the 3 plates are there. But you do have 3 people bot as well if you did drop that Herald there, if he looks for a play there. Which again, he might since he's clearing his bot side. And again, the game's kind of just slowing down right now after that huge fight bot.
Yeah, Xayah with that double kill was able to distance Reaper, so she's almost a full item over Jhin. So we'll see how that plays the lane. I think Jin's still pretty powerful without that first item. And the upgraded dagger, especially with that fourth shot. Oh, Syndra, the Jarvan ult comes out and the Veigar ult comes out, and Syndra just goes down.
Yeah, we're at the point in the game where they don't really need to hit cage at this point, as long as they land the damage.
Oh, and there's that play we were talking about.
Yeah,
somebody ganks in lane, Rift Herald goes mid.
Yeah, Rift Herald goes mid. They probably won't be able to get the turret down completely, which means that they won't get the full. Well, I mean, they got 4 plates, so who am I to criticize? But
that's a lot of gold in the pockets of 2 big players right now. Oh, the Sejuani straps in the cage. Probably not going to go down, but a lot of damage onto the
yeah. So while they might not have been able to get the first turret down right now, they definitely got 4 plates off, which I would definitely say is worth. Because I definitely think with the Veigar actually stacking his Q and getting the AP, remember that AP champions, actually their autos will start to do damage based off their AP instead of AD to turrets once their AP starts doing more damage than their AD. So that Veigar could very well be hitting that turret very hard right now.
All it takes is 1 repeat gank from Jarvan since Syndra doesn't have flash. The turret goes down, and now JC have basically full control over bot lane objectives. So I can start roaming down with that Hextech GLP to start zoning off for bigger objectives like Dragon.
Yeah, and it's the Infernal right now, which means we won't see Infernal Soul, but that's still a pretty big dragon to get right now.
Alright, Mountain Soul or Cloud?
Oh god, are we flipping a coin here? We're basically flipping a coin here.
I'm going with Cloud Soul.
Oh my god, I think I've seen so many Cloud Souls, it feels like. I'm gonna say Mountain just to be different. But yeah, this is kind of the difficulty as we see the Ignite coming out. kind of just that cheeky about to run out of
Taking
this charge is about to run out, so I better just ignite here.
Ooh. Comes out. Jin ult, Xayah ult. Nautilus is about to fall. The exhaust comes down on Sejuani. Jarvan picks up the kill. TP comes out. Sedge is down. There's a Cinder stun. Jin W.
No real follow up though.
That's a great pickup for JC though. Jungler, a free dragon for them.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened there because it pretty much looked like JC committed more players to the play, and I just can imagine that either Shen was down or they just said that Shen should just go for plates topside. But now I would say with a 4K gold lead, as I say that, they get the final 100 to make it 4K. 4K gold lead now on the side of Jets, and Redhawks are definitely starting to feel like this game's slipping away right now. And it's kind of just difficult at this point, because just with the comp that the Jets have, it's really hard for the Redhawks to step up, especially both in mid lane and bot lane with their mobile carries. Because Syndra still has her flash down. Jin still has his flash, but there's still the possibility of the Rakan engage, and then even if you get the Rakan engage out, you get out the Rakan engage, you just wait 10 seconds, and then J4 comes down and you don't have flash anymore.
If we look at the side of JC2, we notice that they've hit a lot of big item power spikes. Xayah's with the Essence Reaver, the F-Sword, and now upgraded boots to just a Stormrazor and Swiftness on Jin, the GLP on Vygar, and Cinderhulk and completed boots on Jarvan. It's kind of a scary team to go up against right now.
Yeah. Again, just kind of really hard because pretty much Shen's the only one who can really walk up. And because Sejuani's going to be a bit longer maybe to even... I suppose Shen and Sejuani could walk up, but they don't really have the tank stats right now to sit through a cage. I'm not sure they could really do that. Maybe Sejuani with Aftershock, but that's about it.
Oh, they're getting aggressive in this invade. The cage comes down. Jarvan gets stunned. There comes the Cinder ultimate, and Jarvan goes down. That's a big chunk of gold for Syndra. Shen ult comes in. Silence goes down. The Syndra gets knocked up. They should be able to take a kill here. That Feast comes out. This is just an insane combo.
Yeah, it looked like the Jets had actually overstepped for a second, but then with the Jarvan engage, and I mean, certainly they can play aggressive like that with the lead that they have. It seemed like they stepped too far with the J4 going down. Then the fight just keeps going on, and then finally I believe it was pretty much the mid laner, the Vygar, eventually showed up, and then the fight just turned after that.
Just the zone power of Glacial Augment, GLP, and the cage, just it's hard to even step up.
Yeah.
Shen.
So I really actually like, the more you kind of like watch it in game, the more I really like this Cho'Gath pick. Even if it's still going like full tank, Cho'Gath definitely relies more on his abilities and his auto attacks. So definitely has a good lane, at least decent lane, I would say, into Shen. And then just during team fights, you have your entire...
Rakan ult comes down, knockup comes in. Is this a Xayah kill again?
Yeah, because even then Nautilus, not able to even proc Aftershock, just goes down before he can really do anything to the side of the Jets. And
Jin really trying to pick up something. They're gonna dive tower again. Jin flash. Ooh, flashes the stun.
Yeah.
Oh, Xayah comes in. And it looks like we're seeing a TP from Shen.
Yeah, certainly needed. I feel like if the TP didn't come in, that there was actually a possibility that the Jin dies there. As we see another Herald goes over to the side of the Jets.
Yeah, this Jin pick is just not really doing much. And I really like this from JC roaming as 3 with just the most CC heavy, the Rift Herald top. This is probably going to be tier 2, maybe in Hib.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It'd be pretty difficult for the Redhawks to really stop this Herald at this point in the game. Jin really only still has that Stormrazor. He doesn't have access to that long range rapid fire cannon. But it looks like the Redhawks will commit all 5 members to there, and the Jets kind of remembering their earlier misstep with taking fights with less numbers, decide to back off and just reset.
Sending with Red Hawk sending all 5 up top, that's going to give Zaya free roam power, and then they can just easily rotate up for this Cloud Dragon, and then it's kind of almost all over from here.
Yeah, they didn't really reset. They pretty much just kind of like dropped it top. They got the turret, and once they saw 5 people top,
Jarvan EQ comes in, Nautilus Hook comes out, and he will be safe.
That's all we're going to see. I suppose they kind of want to save their full combo for when the entire team's here. Shenolt's coming up soon, so he'll definitely be able to fight. But Cloud Drake might just die before he gets that ult right now. So the Red Hawks definitely need to be careful before they make any fights here.
I've yet to see Sejuani have a good, impactful ult, and I think if it's going to happen... Oh, Zaya gets the ult, Jhin ult comes down. They might just run at him.
Yeah. I don't really think they wanted to fight there, honestly. I think that was the correct call, is just kind of give over the dragon. It's not sold just yet, so you still have time to scale up on that Syndra.
Ooh, nice
Oh,
Syndra stuff. 3 people.
Oh, that looked really good for a second. We all got excited.
But this is kind of what we were talking about in draft. JC's ability to just kind of push the wave with Rage and Cho'Gath knockup. Its objectives are really JC's at this point.
Yeah. The objectives are JC's at this point, not only because Red Hawks really want to walk up.
Comes in, Rakan, ultimate comes out. There's the knockup. Nautilus ult onto Zaya.
He's actually really disjointed from the
Vygar Cage comes down. Here's the Shen ult. Rakan goes down. Jarvan ult. Zaya is just raining on their front line. Syndra flash. Zaya ult. Oh, flash.
Zaya's going in for the hero play.
Oh, hero play it was. Not even Syndra stun could do anything about that. Flash out of the Shen taunt.
Well, they actually also got the Syndra there. I think she just walked up and Zaya was able to walk up and auto her. That actually, I will say, as bad as that ended for the Red Hawks, that actually started off really well. It was a bit of a miscommunication on the Jets' part, because you could see the J4 and the Rakan go in, but Vygar wasn't close enough to actually help with the engage. And then you actually saw Nautilus make a good play there where he ults the Zaya, so the Zaya can't really help. So they're able to burn down the Rakan, but the issue is that just after a while, again with the Vigor slows and the cages, and Zaya getting the speed boost off her W, even with the mid-tier 1 there, she was able to kind of just run the entire team of the Red Hawks down, even with the flash ult. And then just Shen trying to pick up where Jhin left off, but just unable to find it. And then Syndra just kind of dying off to the side. So it started off really well for the Red Hawks, but then just once Zaya kind of entered in, it was kind of all over.
This Zaya is 6-0, and I don't think she's going to get stopped this game at all.
Yeah, she's going into a 3rd BF, so she's not really looking for that rapid fire. She's pretty much looking for that strong AD.
I wonder if this is... Oh, Vygar comes out, Jarvan ult comes down, Rakan gets knocked up, Rakan ult, that is almost 2 dead. The Sejuani lives, the Jhin ult comes out and gets cancelled. This Sejuani, let's see if the EQ comes out. This Jhin is more than dead. VLP comes out, there goes the Vygar Cage again. This comp is just disgusting.
Yeah, and this is pretty much when, again, this is what the comp looks like when Jets are all on the same page. They find 2 people and they just layer on
and
the
now
CC.
That's just a free Baron, 3 dead.
Yeah, this should be a Baron for the Jets. Even if Sejuani gets close, I believe she's 2 levels down and has to get through a Cho'Gath Beast and a Cho'Gath Smite. Baron for the Jets. Looks like they're gonna fly this in for hopefully a smooth landing. Smooth landing on the Nexus. I know last week they had some issues where they were looking to end the game and they were kind of just diving and being a bit too aggressive. And they definitely have the tools to pretty much zone them off, so I hope that they can hopefully clean it out a bit better, but hopefully a bit cleaner ending this time, if they hope. Because again, these teams are both 1-1. I forgot to mention, these teams are both 1-1 going into the day, so these are definitely, I would say at least top half of the table so far, week 1. I think that's a safe bet to say. And the Jets really want to say that, hey, we're one of the top contenders in this division. And I hope they would be able to look to have a clean finish right here. Up 11k gold with Baron. and the comp they have, they can definitely zone off these towers. And
if we
I know I
look
just
too,
kind of
JC
criticized them for diving, but I suppose they could actually dive here.
Are
Unless
we gonna
the,
see another just
the Red
Chase
Hawks
checking
bring
it out,
fight to
vision.
them, but they weren't ready for the fight.
Jarvan flash, the Jarvan ult, the Jhin flash heal. Yeah, I was actually just about to make a point too. Look at the vision for JC coming out of here. Pulls the Red Hawks jungle just completely warded. So there's ult comes down, Syndra stun, Syndra ult can't even take down the Cho'Gath. Is he gonna live? He is. Here's the redemption. Jin's W doesn't land. Oh, this might be it. Shen's stun. Is he gonna live? Shen flash and
Oh,
but at what cost? They just lost tier 2 mid and bot.
yeah, I mean that was some pretty fancy moves from the Cho'Gath there. And even though he does lose his life, pretty much that's a lot of commitment from the side of the Red Hawks, and you can see they pretty much lose both of their tier 2s. As the
And they
J4
have
solos the
Cloud
Dragon.
Soul.
Yeah, it's not even able to contest the Dragon Soul, so if I was Cho'Gath, I'd definitely be typing in work in all chat.
And it looks like too Zaya's picked up that stopwatch, so she's going for that GA. So at this point, she's probably just unkillable. And there's the GA and an elixir.
Yeah, it becomes really difficult. Even with the Sejuani and the Nautilus trying to pop out that ult for the Syndra, it just becomes really difficult because now you have to burn through the GA as well. And it's not like Vigor and J4 does non-zero damage with the builds that they're going. So it's definitely looking pretty dire, I'd say, for the Red Hawks. I think at this point, again, kind of stressing what I was saying earlier, this is pretty much this is pretty much the Jets' game to win at this point. It's pretty much solely in their hands as long as they clean.
Syndra stun comes out. Doesn't deal much damage. Shadows.
Yeah. Zaya doesn't really have the you can see the Baron's gone. I suppose it's like the one like negative side of the GA. I don't hate the GA this early. I can definitely see it protecting that 700 gold shutdown. Just the main issue is now that
comes out. Jhin misses his stun.
Jhin needs
Fourth shot coming out, dealing a lot of damage.
Cho'Gath deciding he wanted none of this and walks out with Ghost. But again, going back to my earlier point, normally you see Zaya pick up a rapid fire cannon second or third, just for that extra range and to easily set up the route onto people. And while the route might not be as necessary with the setup that she's getting from the top side of the map, the range would definitely help with sieging this mid lane turret, especially with like the Syndra stun. And,
here. Nice taunt from Shen.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking for the 1-3-1 comp right now, which
it's interesting because Cloud Soul, it really doesn't do much for their team at all.
Yeah, I would say it really probably benefits bot lane the most with that with the Cloud Soul. But I do believe actually never mind. I don't remember what I was gonna say. But anyway, support trying to defend against the jungler. Don't see that often every day.
JC's going back and forth between a 1-3-1 and a group 5. They keep sending Cho'Gath and Jarvan bot, which I think is great. They're pressuring all three side lanes, and they just really can't contest towers. Look at this. The Vigor cage comes out. Jarvan EQ comes in. Syndra is stopwatched. Redemption. Jarvan all onto the Jhin. Comes down, and this is almost... Here it is. Is this? Yep. It's almost the ace. Yeah, and Shen's going to try to make his last stand here, but this is just all over for the Red Hawks. And there goes the ace. Inhibitor down. Nexus turrets are next. And the Nexus is going to fall, and it looks like JC is going to pick up a win here.
Yeah, pretty much taking my words and taking it to heart. Pretty much showing how to close out a game, especially after last week. Very good from the Jets. Very strong showing today. And showing that they are probably one of the teams to beat as they go 2-0 in week 2.
That was just... They played that comp so well. Let's go ahead and look at the damage chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that Zaya damage. I'm actually shocked that she outdamaged Vigar. And even Jarvan did.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of fights bought, and while the Veigar definitely misstepped around mid a couple of times, just after a while, it doesn't really matter. Honestly, kind of a disgusting comp from the Jets, really, with the J4, Cho'Gath, Veigar, Zyra Khan. Just pretty much once they start that fight and they pretty much get 1 or 2 targets into the cage, no one's leaving the cage, baby.
It becomes a UFC fight all over.
Yeah, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
That reminds me of the LCS. Just like, oh, you're trapped in here with you, I'm trapped here. Yeah, it was a great meme.
Yeah. But yeah.
Impressed overall. That I feel like that bot lane could have gone either way, just with the slow kind of poke out and engage from Nautilus and Jhin. But those, like you said, those few fights bot lane where Xayah got a double and then she got like almost sealed the point of that lane at that time for bot lane.
Yeah, I definitely do think that Redhawks definitely needed to snowball early. And while the Syndra was able to initially get a couple kills in mid, and while Shen did have a good couple trades early on, it was just bot lane swinging in favor of the Jets, and then eventually Cho'Gath getting control of that lane just kind of sealed the deal for them.
Very terrifying, because if Veigar ult doesn't kill you, a Cho'Gath with Righteous Glory and an ultimate will. So just very well played by JC overall.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we will have a matchup between DePaul University Gold 2 and RHES JV. I apologize, I do not know how to pronounce that name. And so we'll be right back, and we'll see you then.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the GG League stream. Today, we have a game between Illinois Tech versus MSOE. So, let's just jump right into it. So, first, we're going to see the brand being... Actually, let me introduce myself. My name is Dave. I'm going to be your caster for tonight, and alongside me is my co-caster, Bruce Juice. Bruce, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you, Dave?
I'm doing just fine. And, Bruce, what do you think of these bands so far?
As an AD carry main, I love the brand ban. I hate seeing that as a support. It's got great zone control, pushes you off a wave, and can 100 to 0 you. Not too big of a fan of that.
Yeah, also as a bot lane main, I love seeing the Caitlyn band out. It just has so much range in lane. It can poke you out easily. It just pairs up well with a lot of support, so I think it's great that MSOE bans it out.
It'd be interesting to see if MSOE picks up a Senna here at some point in the draft. I feel like banning out a Caitlyn means you might be going for something like Senna or a Felios, because Caitlyn can pretty much trade easily with their long ranges until Senna starts to kind of scale past that a little bit.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Senna and Aphelios are some of the strongest carry picks this patch. They've had tons of presence over pro plays, so I'm interested to see if they're going to draft it in this game today. It just has so much power, but instead they're going to first pick the Katarina. That's an interesting one.
I wonder if he's just confident that he won't get counterpicked, or if he can play the counter match very well. But that's an interesting first pickup here.
I think Katarina mains are one of the scariest things to encounter in solo queue. They either completely dominate the game and go 20-0, or
a Tom Kench
down
pickup
early.
here. That's gonna be nice for that Katarina ultimate. He's just gonna be able to eat whoever their AD carry is, and then hopefully not insta die.
Yeah, and Illinois Tech are also going to pick up the Rise. That's a good flex pick. It can be played in the Katarina. It's not the best matchup, but it could also be flexed into the top lane. Has really good wave clear and also has a ridiculous late game. And that's going to be the Sejuani picked up for MSOE. Strong jungler this patch. Lots of early game pressure, good engage. I like to see it.
You know a champion is busted when a pro player looks at the camera and begs Riot not to buff a champion, and they still do it anyway.
Riot shows no mercy. They will ban whatever champions they want.
So we got a locked in. What do we think is going to get locked in here for MSOE?
Well, they're on 0 countdown and nothing's been picked yet. But it's going to be the Varus. Probably a counter to the Tom Kench. They don't want to see Illinois Tech picking up the Varus Tom Kench. Another one of those strong bot lane duos, the Varus Tom Kench, the Varus Braum. But that's going to be Illinois Tech.
Probably hovering to the Nocturne. Ooh. That's going to be really interesting. Let's see what support... Because that Nocturne's... If he gets any remote kind of pressure, he's just going to dive that Varus constantly.
To be fair, I'm a little bamboozled by Illinois Tech's draft right now. They have this Tom Kench, a very defensive support, and then they also have another sort of defensive early game champion like Rise, and then they just have that early game dive potential with the Nocturne. So I'm interested to see what they're going to draft. I think they need an AD carry with a lot of early game damage, so maybe a Draven, Kaisa. Xayah would be good too here. But it's going to be the Ornn being banned out. Now, Ornn is a ridiculous top lane tank. He just builds all of this health and armor. He gets free gold from his items, and he also can chunk you from 100 to 0 with a couple abilities. So I'm glad that Illinois Tech are recognizing the strength of that champion and just banning it out.
Start banning it now before next patch when Sunfire Cape and Ornn gets buffed.
That's going to be quite ridiculous, and I think Ornn's going to be seeing quite a few bans after that patch comes out. But that's going to finish off the bans. That's going to be...
There's the Senna ban.
I'm a little interested.
I'm interested to see what MSOE is going to pick up here for support. I'd honestly like to see a Leona with the Varus. Leona's going to be able to lock down that Tom Kench with whatever primary target he eats and just kind of stick to him. So we'll see what they go for here. The Xayah's going to be locked in here for Illinois Tech.
Yeah, and as I was saying, a pickup like Xayah is going to be really good for Illinois Tech because They have all that self peel, and Tom Kench can be able to keep Xayah alive as well as that ultimate. So that's going to counter the Katarina pretty heavily. She's going to have a little bit of a hard time getting that hard engage like she usually does. But this is the Scion hover coming from MSOE, and that's going to be the lock in. I do love me some Scion. Just runs straight in there, does not even care, and just knocks up everybody. And there's the Leona, as you were talking about. It's being hovered. Is it going to be picked?
Oh, we're being trolled here.
They're hovered, Jana. They're hovering. Nami, that's going to be the
It's gonna
Nami
be the Nami.
being locked in. No, I still think that's pretty good. I think Nami has a lot of good potential overall. I mean, Nami, just one of the supports that just presses W, heals you up. So even if she misses the Q or she doesn't put E on you all the time, it doesn't matter. You get all your health back. So I do like to see it. And it's also going to be the Vygar picked up from Illinois Tech. Now
Is
looking
it?
up,
There's no way that's a jungle Tom Kench, is it?
you're right. The Tom Kench is does have the smite on right now. So if that's jungle Tom Kench, then I am interested to see what Illinois Tech are going to do with it. Honestly, I've never seen it before. I am baffled right now. Illinois Tech they just keep surprising me in this draft.
There's a switch.
There's a switch. Okay, so it's gonna be the Tom Kench top. Bring it old school. Well, anyways, that's gonna close out this champion select. So we'll see you after a short ad break.
Apollo 69. Put your fucking hands up. fucking hands up.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the GG Leagues live stream. Today, we have an exciting match between Illinois Tech on the blue side, on the red side, my bad, and MSOE on the blue side. Now, going into this game, we have some interesting shakeups in the draft. We have a Tom Kinch top lane being played by J Mars 9. I'm wondering what he's going to be doing on that pick. We haven't seen it in a long time. Bruce, how do you feel about these comps?
It's interesting. Like I said, I would have liked to see the Leona instead of the Nami just for that lockdown. But I guess since the Tom Kench is top, I think top lane you're just gonna have really a wet noodle fight. And oh, Ferris already flashed. Wow, Tom Kench is looking powerful already with that Q.
Yeah, and that's going to be their early invade coming out from Illinois Tech. Already starting off feisty. Looks like they are ready to fight. They're going right back into that jungle. They want more. Let's see what they can get.
I actually really like that they got the Varus flash here. If Vigar starts his K, immense pressure for Xayah and Vigar, and Varus is going to miss a few waves.
Yeah, that's really good for the side of Illinois Tech. And I love seeing teams that invade early. It just shows that you're brave, you don't fear anything, and it's just good to get early vision down. I mean, if you look at that bottom map in the jungle, they have wards all over the place, so they're going to be able to spot them out. But Sion going to get an early jump on this Tom Kench, check him out a little bit. But Tom Kench is going all in. He doesn't know that Tom Kench top lane is
So
too
much
OP.
damage. Here we're going to see the other stun out, and this is going to be first blood to Tom Kench at a minute and such an early first blood.
And that's the strength of Tom Kench. This Sion definitely didn't play in season 6, season 7 when it just randomly came out. Honestly, it came back last year. So Tom Kench, this might be the revival.
You might want to say worth an all shot if you were Sion, because he took that entire first wave still with passive.
Yeah, that's going to be really big for Tom Kench. And honestly, when the Tom Kench top is ahead, you better start thinking what you're going to do, because Tom Kench has so much 1v1 potential with that slow. Also, his passive stacks. Once he gets to that third proc, he can eat you. He can stun you with his Q if he lands the tongue. It's just, there's so much to be scared of in that lane.
Oh, here's that zone control I was talking about earlier. With that Varus flash blown, Vigar's just free to walk up. They hit level 2 first, and it's just going to be a tough time for this bot lane for MSOE.
Yeah, now one thing that's interesting about Vigar is that Vigar loses a lot of the power that he usually has in lane. A little bit of a trade going on in the mid lane. Here's Nocturne coming up for a gank.
We're going to see the Katarina flash. The Nocturne, is the Fear going to connect? It does. Oh, Rise misses the Q, and then he E's before or after.
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting trade. Nothing too much going on, but getting back to that Vigar support. Actually, Tom Kench
Oh, they're trapping those.
isn't going to find anything. Tom Kench
Is
could
this
be
gonna be
finding another
another
solo
solo
kill.
kill
Going to eat him up,
for
going to
Tom
spit him
Kench?
out. That's going to be
Oh,
the flash.
Siren flash. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Tom Kench is going to pick up another solo kill in the top lane. Sion does have the TP though, so he's probably just going to get back to lane and pick up that wave. But good on J-Mars, currently popping off on the pocket pick.
Like, what do you do this point as Sion? Like, you can't win fights now. You've died solo twice. Like, most you can do is probably just farm under tower at this point. Oh, here's the Sejuani. There's the Victor Cage. We see the TP from Rise. And Sedge is going to back off. That TP is going to warrant that.
Yeah, very well played from Desperogi. TP's bot to avoid MSOE getting anything bot side, so that's pretty good. So now it's just back to business as usual, but
Oh, there's the
Rygar,
cage,
there's
but the
the
bubble
power.
doesn't land. Oh, Zaya's going to miss her Q. Not going to land a root. Zaya's taking a lot of either poke damage or minion damage. You got to be careful for that.
Yeah, it looks like MSOE is coming out on top from these trades. As I said, that Nami is so powerful, can just heal her teammates right back up with just one ability. But here's Nocturne looking bot.
Goes it back down there. Oh, Nocturne's going to get caught out. Spell Shield's going to catch the bubble, but flash out. Varus Q isn't going to connect, but the Vigar's going to hit the cage. Oh, Varus gets out.
That's just going to be a trade. That's just going to be Nocturne Flash being getting out. That's honestly not too good. Nocturne likes to have that flash for those early ganks. With his fear, he can flash. If the other laner flash, he can fear them up. So pretty powerful overall. But as I was saying, this bot lane is just coming out on top because that Nami heal just keeps them alive from that poke. So that's gonna be the
Viger
game.
cages out. Is this gonna be? Oh, there's the heal and the. Sounds like ignite. Yet the ignite from Vigar not gonna do it.
Yeah, this Nami pick is just 200 IQ. I mean, what can you do to stop the fish?
Okay,
Too
maybe
much.
I was wrong. Maybe Leona was bad.
I mean, Leona and the Tom Kench, but Illinois Tech had other thoughts and they drafted the Tom Kench top and then put Vigar bot. So they're just full of surprises, and I'm wondering what they're going to be doing next.
It's important to note. Top, mid, and jungle have 10 plus CS leads on their laners.
Yeah, and that's going to amount to a 1K gold lead in this early game. They're looking pretty strong right now, but if they keep this pace up, they're in a good position to take over
Zion,
this
what are
mid
you
game.
doing? Did you not learn your lesson the first time? There's the stun.
It's over. He's gone.
Oh, there's the E, and
Oh.
he is down.
I mean, MSOU might have the Nami, the fish, but Illinois Tech have the Kingfish, the Tom Kench just popping off. Currently 3-0, 15 CS up, has that wave pushing in. Sign has no TP. He's losing so much. J Mars is just taking over this game.
You know, I wasn't sure how this Tom Kench pick was gonna work out. And it's surprising me. Oh, the cat's gonna go in, the Rise is gonna land the stun. He's not gonna do a lot of damage though. He only has tier, and Cat has double long swords.
Yeah, Cat has a little bit of trouble in that initial laning against Rise, but once she gets that Gunblade, she gets a big power spike, and she then has that 1v1 potential, but until then, it's just a little bit of a farmland, mostly. But kudos to Rise for getting such an early CS lead against the Katarina. Hasn't really seen too much jungle pressure, but is just able to keep it up, so props to him.
Oh, it looks like Sejuani's going for a gank in the mid lane. Let's see if she can set something up. She isn't 6 yet, so I don't know what all will do. Rise still has flash. There's the stun route from Rise. Sejuani flashes and misses Katarina. Ult and ignite. There's a TP from Tom Kench. Rise is going to go down. Tom Kench eats the Rise. Keeps him to safety, and Sejuani goes down as Nocturne is there.
This could be a bot lane kill as well, but it's going to be Nocturne ulting in.
Katarina. Oh, there's the Rise ult. Oh, is he going to troll his laner? Oh, he didn't. Oh, does he get out? He gets out. That was such a clever use of the Rise ultimate to split up him and the jungler to keep Katarina in the middle.
Yeah, and again, Tom Kench is creating so much map pressure. He had his wave push, so he's able to get the TP off without much interruption.
Oh,
And
Cage
he's able to
comes
come
out.
mid. And that's going to be a clean 2-for-0.
This is interesting. Varus actually hit level 6 before Xayah and Vigar. Oh, there's the 6 from Xayah.
I believe once the bot lane for MSOU hits their level 6, they're going to have a much easier time against this Xayah and Vigar. Nami's going to be able to peel off with her big wave, and Varus also going to be able to peel with that ultimate. But
Oh, there's the Cage.
lock up the Varus.
Is Varus gonna? Oh, Varus is gonna live. There's the ult. There's the Xayah. Oh, he flashes. Oh my gosh, he flashed it. Oh, there's the double kill for the Xayah though. And she's gonna go down. Are they gonna give it to the cat? They do.
And that's going to be a 2-for-2. Honestly, I would say that went more in favor of Illinois Tech. They were able to outplay the Sejuani. Sejuani going to miss that knockup, and they were able to pick up the kill. But Tempest 516 had the play in mind. He had it all set up, and he was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to flash behind the Xayah. I'm going to dodge all the damage. I'm going to auto, and we're going to win this trade. But he just got bursted way too quickly and wasn't able to pull it out. But here's Tom Kench going for another trade. Just look at
That
those meaty
damage.
tongue slaps. So much power. Already has the Sunfire Cape built at 10 minutes.
Oh, he's just gonna. he can tank this tower all day with great health. Might be able to. Oh, is this another solo kill? The Scion ult comes out. Oh, the fail flash, but the Nocturne ult comes out. Trades flashes for the Scion, and Scion goes down to Nocturne.
It's just chaos. But Sejuani's looking so low, but she's going to get healed up at the last second. Katarina has the dagger, is going to ultimate. She's going to find the kill on the Vygar, and she's going to go on the Xayah. Has the dagger placement, and that's going to be a double kill
Down.
on the side of Goomba.
Oh, the heal comes out from Varus. The Nami goes very low. Ryze is probably gone here. Nice rebound from MSOE. They're going to be able to pick up the dragon, and they picked up 3 kills.
Yeah, MSOE may have lost the top lane, but they are not done yet. They are synergizing with that jungle in the mid and bot lane, and they're going to pick up the dragon and also find the 3-0.
Nami should probably start. Okay, there we go. I was like, Nami should probably start tanking this dragon at some point.
Yeah, now one thing I do want to talk about is that gold lead for Illinois Tech. They currently have the 2K gold lead, but is that gold in the right place? I mean, Tom Kinch has most of that gold with the 30 CS lead, 3 kills. So I'd like to see more gold being spread around the map. Maybe Tom Kinch could push in the top lane, find a roam with his ultimate. So I think Illinois Tech should be focusing more on their bot lane.
I'd also like to point out something that I think we missed in Draft 2 of the double semi-global ultimates on Tom Kinch and Ryze. Illinois Tech can really be, once they get some of these towers down, can be anywhere on the map at all times. So it's going to be really up to MSOE to have the vision to stop that from happening.
Now, I think it would have been interesting if they drafted the Pantheon and TF. Therefore, they all have globals. And you cannot escape them. They are,
Put your Ezreal in the bot lane too.
yeah, just, they are omnipresent. But instead, I still like their draft a lot. I think it has a lot of different flavors to it. They have that sort of big damage combo with the Vygar and the Xayah, but they also have sort of like the peeling slow of a Ryze once he hits a couple items, and then the Tom Kench being taken.
Oh, here comes the Nocturne out of the
from
Nami and
game.
the TP from the Ryze. The Nami also going to come down, but Nami's going to go down with the Vygar cage. Vygar takes the ultimate and kills Varus. This is just such this Illinois Tech are just playing their comp so well. They're getting picks, they're trapping people, they can't go anywhere. Everything's just going really well for Illinois Tech right now. And here comes a Sedge in the mid lane. She's gonna hit the Tom Kench, but is he just too tanky to be doing anything? He still has great health. He might have popped it a little bit early, but he's gonna get stunned. The Ignite's gonna come down. Ryze is here to save the day. Tom Kench is gonna connect the Q, and he gets out.
Yeah, this Tom Kench just does not die. He is a statue in this game. He will not be taken down. But Illinois Tech finding that great gank on the bot lane, and that's what I said I wanted to see them do. I wanted to see them go bot lane, get a couple kills, and push their advantage against that Varus Nami.
Let's see, what's our next dragon? Mountain. All right, so now we have Mountain Drake coming up, which means we either get Ocean Drake or Infernal Drake. I would really like to see Ocean Drake for the side of Illinois Tech. Ocean Drake with Tom Kench is basically just means he's an unkillable catfish.
I mean, I don't think he loses health once he gets to a certain level. I mean, he's already so tanky.
Oh, the
I can
Katarina's
imagine.
gonna try to trade. Ryze is gonna come out. The damage is there, but she doesn't commit.
Yeah, Katarina didn't have ult there, so she's not able to find the all in. Ryze is just gonna do a little EQ action, just gonna get right out of there. But we do see Cheese and Eggs positioned in the bot lane. Doesn't have the ult though, gonna be a little bit difficult. The cage is gonna come out.
there's
This
the
Bear's having
cage.
escapes, so it's gonna flash
He's
out.
gonna flash. He misses the ult on Nocturne, but hits it on Vygar, but there's no follow-up. It's just a disengage. We see Katarina roaming down. They're looking to make this a 4-man.
Yeah, but Sejuani doesn't have that ult engage, and they no longer have the Varus ultimate, so they just lost all their tools of what could have been a potential fight going in their favor. So just back to farming as usual. But this Nocturne does have ultimate now and is posturing bot, so he might be looking for something again.
What I'd really like to see from the side of MSOE is keeping that Sejuani more around mid lane. That combination of Sejar and Katar is just going to be devastating to anyone that catches out. And I think right now you should probably be playing towards mid with top and bot kind of losing.
Yeah, I would agree. I think mid should be a big focal point for the side of MSOE. Goomba is a Katarina one trick. So if you get some kills onto him, which he does, and if you just keep peeling for him and locking champions down, then he's going to be able to pop off in these team fights.
This is so smart from Jmars up top. He waits until Sion commits to the Q before going into trade, and then he just gets a bunch of free damage. That's why he's winning this top lane so hard, just because Sion's basically immobile when he's trying to do anything.
Yeah, and although Tom Kinch did win the lane, Sion is still going to have a lot of tools to get back into this game. I mean, even though he's
first
a little
tower's
bit
gonna
behind,
go down. There's the GLP, the cage coming out. We're looking for the Verisar. Sejuani is here. The ult's gonna connect to Vygar. Nami ult. Varus is Sedge is gonna take the kill. They're looking for the Xayah. The W is gonna come out. Does she have ult? She's gonna have to flash. There's the ignite. Q comes out. Xayah ult come down. And it's not gonna be a kill on the Xayah, but good pick onto the Vygar from MSOE.
yeah, the Sejuani is being put to good use. That R is just so powerful, great CC, and in combination with the Nami bubble and wave, it's going to be an easy kill pickup for the side of MSOU.
There we go.
So it's going to be.
Oh, there's the Varus ultimate. The Rise is gonna go down. Nocturne ult's gonna take out Nami, but there's the Katarina R. The good kiting by the Varus.
I mean, and as I said, this Katarina is starting to take over, but not only the Katarina, but the Varus is also getting back into this game, going to pick up 2 kills in that fight. He is powering up, and once he gets that Rage Blade, in combination with a Runins, which he might be going, but might not be, but once he gets that 3-item combo, he is just so strong.
Oh, and
I
it's
believe he's going to
looking like,
Octave.
yeah, and it looks like that is going to be Ocean Soul. But unfortunately, Illinois Tech just doesn't have the dragons to make that happen so soon.
And that's going to be 2 early Drakes at the 17-minute mark, so we're not going to see the Elder Dragon at 30 minutes. But Ocean Dragon, I mean, as we said, that's going to be really big on the side of Illinois Tech, but currently they have 0 dragons. And none of the teams have put any focus on the Rift Herald. I would have liked to see the jungle trade Rift Herald for the dragons so they could still pick up some objectives on the map. But overall, that's going to be good play coming out from MSOE with that objective focus. So even though they lost some pressure top from the Tom Kench and a little bit of pressure mid, they're just able to come back into this game. So I'm wondering what they're going to be doing in the mid game.
It is important to note too that bot lane did get first tower, so now they're free to rotate around the map. So it looks like they're swapping bot to mid and mid to bot to get Rise some of that free farm to push. And really, Katarina can't step up on this bot lane with a Vygar cage.
This Tom Kench is just continuing to bully the Scion.
There's just no hope for Sion.
Gonna lock him up.
2, 3. Are we gonna see the eat? Nope. Sion's gonna be able to get away. Would have loved to see some cheeky alcove Reddit plays from Sion there.
Of course, everybody loves a good alcove play. But Tom Kench is just able to run circles around the Sion, and even if he doesn't find the solo kill, he just pushes the wave and then goes for the turret. I mean, he's got so much chip damage on that top lane, and that's going to be the turret going down. And that's just a buildup of continued bullying. He just keeps poking the Sion down, and then once the Sion backs,
Oh,
Sejuani not going to find the
Oh, did
loop.
she get it? No, she didn't get it.
Sejuani
Rise might
does
be in
have
a little bit
ultimate,
of
can find the
trouble.
engage.
We do still have Nocturne ult, so if someone gets low enough, that's just a dive to the back line. There's the GLP, there's the stun, there's the Nocturne ult onto Nami. Oh, stopwatch is going to go down. The Xayah ult's going to come out. Is we going to see the stun? Sedge is going to go to Xayah's just getting free reign on this front line right now. There's the Tom Kench joining the fight. Nami's going to go down. Varus is going to duel the Xayah. Varus is going to take it out, but at what cost? Looks like it's going to be a 2 for 3 for Illinois Tech.
But this Tom
Oh,
Kench
4.
is not done with this fight. He's going in for the Varus. It's going to be a flash, but the Tom is going to flash onto the Varus, and somehow
He still
the
has great
Rise
health.
dies during that altercation.
This Tom
3 for
Kench
4.
pick is just insane.
That's going to be an ace coming out for Illinois Tech. Yeah, and as I said, this Tom Kench is really big, but the Rise also died during that fight. So for MSOE, they did lose quite a bit of their members, but they didn't really lose any big objectives. So they still have a chance to come into this game, but that gold lead for Illinois Tech is just building up. Right now, it's at about 5K, which is pretty big. Could be bigger, but still, I think Illinois Tech are doing pretty well. But I think they need to put more focus on these dragons. It's Ocean, and honestly, I don't want to see Ocean on the side of MSOE because once Varus gets an Ocean with that Nami heal, he's just going to be unkillable unless they find, like they did in that last fight where they found the great Vigar engage with the cage, just caught them out completely. So I would love to see MSOE continue to play for these dragons, but I also want to see Illinois Tech contest them.
Oh, there's a Nocturnal. Is this cat gonna die? There's a Spell Shield Smite, and she is just down. That Sanguine Blade for first item after the enchantment, jungle enchantment, is just a killer for these assassins. There's a GLP, there's the cage. Nami ult's gonna come out. There's a Xayah in the backline. She's gonna take out the Nami. Varus is stunned. And he is gonna go down to the double kill for Xayah.
Now, the first mistake that MSOE made is thinking that their jungle was theirs. It wasn't their jungle. It wasn't.
And I was gonna make the point earlier too about how Varus is actually a level ahead of Xayah and came back even despite losing Flash level 1. They funneled most of the kills into him, but it's just he's no match when you have a Xayah Vigar just kind of chasing you down. Look at this. Tom Kench has his Abyssal Mask finished already, and he's working on a Bramble Vest and build into that Thornmail.
Sion's gonna have the Blast Plant though, gonna get out easy. Doesn't want any piece of Tom Kench, just so tanky right now. And that's gonna be Ocean Dragon being picked up for Illinois Tech, finally picking up one of those objectives.
Oh. Rise, you just don't deal any damage to this Sion no matter how much he's fed.
I wouldn't say Sion fed, I think he just got outplayed by Tom Kench. This Jamar is doing lots of work, but it's gonna be Sejuani gonna find the engage on the Nocturne.
Oh, nice GLP. Nocturne Elephant's come down on the Katarina. He's gonna go down. Nami's gonna go down as well. There's the Varus ultimate, Katarina ultimate, Xayah ultimate coming down. Zion is stunned. Katarina's gonna not drop. Zion ultimate's gonna come down, and he's gonna take out. Oh, there's the Varus. Xayah's gonna kite back and take out the Sion, and it's gonna be a 2-for-2. Make that maybe a 2-for-3. This time Kench is just going crazy. The Redemption's gonna come out. He misses the Q.
Although that was a 2-for-2, I think Illinois Tech have the advantage. They're gonna rise ult into the base, and they're just gonna drop this turret.
It was a 2-for-3.
They have the
Forgot
health
about
bar
Sion
advantage.
passive.
Yeah, 2-for-3, but they have the member advantage. They have the wave there. Illinois Tech might be looking for an inhib.
This Tom Kench is just frontlining so much of this damage.
They're gonna back off now. Sejuani and Cat back with full health bars. Just gonna clear that wave out. It's only 23 minutes into the game, but there is an almost 10K gold lead for Illinois Tech. They're just in such a good position right now, and if these fights keep going the way that they have been, Illinois Tech are going to be looking at an easy win.
So let's kind of look at the Nocturne's going to find the Sejuani out in the jungle, but Nocturne takes a lot of damage from Sedge. There's 4 members top. Nocturne's going to look to get out. So what are some ways that MSOE come back into this game? We got Ocean Soul as a win con. What other things can they do to claw back in the same? Because they may be down 10 gold lead, but they do have hints of potential, especially funneling things into the Katarina.
I have one word only for how MSOE get back into this game. Peel. They need to peel for Katarina. They need to peel for Varus. If they peel for both of them, it is over. Primarily, I want to see Varus peeled. I think once he gets that last item finished, I think he's going for the Runins right now. But once he gets that last item finished and he just has Sejuani and Sion just standing there and making sure that that Vigar cage doesn't get to him, that Rise damage doesn't get to him, that Tom Kench doesn't get the jump on him, but Nami's just going to get flashed, EW'd by Rise.
There's the ultimate coming out. Tom Kench just might chase her down. No, he is not.
Yeah, Nami getting out by a sliver. That Celis looking pretty good on the Nami, currently 1-6-10, has the redemption, has just been healing up her team quite some bit. You know your health bar is going to get that little bit of love tap from that Nami W.
It looks like Illinois Tech are posturing up for maybe an early Baron. What I'd like to see from them is maybe rotating Nocturne up and sending Tom Kench or Rise down since they have teleport, you can get a much more effective split push with that rather than the Nocturne who's going to have to rotate up for the objective. Oops, Sedge is looking to get caught out here. There's the stun, there's the cage, Rise, you're going to miss the Q, there's the combo from Vigar, there's the redemption coming out, but Tom Kench is just going to frontline all of this damage. There's the bubble, there's the Varus ultimate, and Sedge is going to get out with her life.
I mean, Sedge is dead. They could look for a Baron, but that's going to be Vigar finding another cage. So I get to come
Oh,
to the
there's
bubble.
Zaya. Is she going to lose to the Nami? I've experienced that all too many times.
I mean, this game just has two unstoppable fish, the Nami, Tom Kench.
Oh,
Although I
there's the
would-
bubble. It's going to connect with Rise on top of... Oh, there's the Nami ult. It's not going to do much. There's the Vigar cage. There's... Oh, Rise is just going to take him out. Such a good combination. Nocturne's coming in from the backline with the ultimate. He is going to go... Oh, he's going to live. He's going to go down, but he's going to take out the Varus with him. The Sion's going to go down too. And this is probably going to be inhib for Illinois Tech.
Goomba just got clipped by that baby cage, and he's just going to go down easy. I think this Vigar pick has been very big and instrumental in this game. I mean, it has such reliable pick potential, and on the side of MSOE, they don't really have any answers to it. How are they supposed to leave the cage, except if they have flash?
I'd like to see a McHale's or a QSS coming out from Tempest or that Silas, just for some extra protection on some of these carries like Katarina or Varus. Just really kind of shuts down the Tom Kench E, the stun, the Zaya stun, the Vigar stun. Like, I feel like QSS would nullify a lot of MSOE's problems right now.
I'm wondering if MSOE are gonna go for the Dragon Steel. If they pick up this Ocean, that means that they're still in the game. So I want to see Sejuani go for the kill. I think Lala Palooza can pull it off.
I mean, it's possible, but she's 3 levels down on Nocturne. Nocturne Smite is just going to deal so much more damage to this dragon.
Never say never. It doesn't happen. Maybe say.
Look at that damage from Vigar just with a Hextech GLP and a Q.
And a couple large rods. Nothing too serious.
Building to that death cap. Best support item there is.
The best defense
It's
It's
a
a good
good offense.
good offense. You don't need to survive if you kill your opponents faster. Like, it's simple math. I've done the calculations. Your opponents can kill you if you kill them. It's simple.
Oh, Sejan's going to get caught out here. So is Nami. Nami ultimate's going down inside the Vigar cage. She's trying not to avoid the stun, but Zaya is going to take her down. Sedge is looking to be in trouble. This Tom Kench is just frontlining so many damage. Versalz is going to come out. Rise is still alive. Tom Kench is taking so much, but here comes... Oh, this is just the game. Zaya's unstoppable right now. This Nocturne pick. Oh, Tom Kench is finally going to go down. That bounty is going to go over to Varus, but at what cost? He's losing his base. There's no way he can defend this, and Nocturne's just going to solo him. Oh, Varus comes out, and there's the Rise. This is game for Illinois Tech.
Just gets dropped. Man, I feel like that's game. I mean, 31-17. 14K gold lead for Illinois Tech. Strong carries. I would have liked to see Tom Kench live just a little bit longer.
Nami
But
hero,
Rise,
the Rise. She's going to get stunned by the Rise, and she's not... Oh, she is going to fall.
and that's going to be a clean victory going the way of Illinois Tech. GG, well played.
Whew. That one looked close there for a little bit with a few of those fight spot, but that Tom Kench just took over this game.
Yeah, I think for MSOE, they had a really hard time dealing with all the tools that Illinois Tech had. I mean, they had a hard time dealing with the Vigar cage. They had a hard time dealing with the Tom Kench just standing there like a brick wall, just walking up to them menacingly. I mean, they didn't really have a lot of options. But
And then you had, well, you also had to deal with the global, the semi-global from Nocturne. Oh, look at that. Wow, look at that bear stage.
I mean, I got to feel bad for Varus. I think he played out of his mind that game, but overall, I think Illinois Tech just had the better synergy. I mean, they had those global ultimates, as you were talking about. They utilized them very effectively. They were able to find objectives later on in the game, despite MSOE picking up some early dragons. Overall, just a well-played game from both teams, but congratulations to Illinois Tech, and best of luck to MSOE in the the future. And on that note, we're going to be closing out the stream for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good night. Hope you have a good tomorrow. And we'll see you tomorrow.